JDiv is back at it here to give everyone another Scream 2022 related video as the trailer for the new Scream movie finally technically dropped yesterday early in the morning, set for a release date of January 14th, 2022, which I'll see the early showing on January 13th, 2022 at 7 p.m. It was my intention to record my live reaction to watching the trailer. However, I was unaware of what time the trailer was supposed to be released, and usually, not all times, but I see a lot of trailers for movies get released at night or late afternoon, and I was hoping that was the case, but I wasn't 100% sure. And of course, we all know that the Scream 2022 trailer came out early in the morning. I guess from what I hear, there was a countdown somewhere. I didn't know that, or I didn't go out of my way to find that out. That's on me, but I wanted to record my live reaction, so I'll just give my thoughts on the trailer. I liked it. I thought it was really good. The trailer seemed a lot more darker. Scream 4, there's elements of that movie that are really good, but then there's elements of it that I don't really like, and this one, for the most part, seems dark. Of course, the scene with the one chick that gets killed, the friend of Jill gets killed. That was brutal. When the what's the chick's name? I don't remember the characters in Scream 4 that well. I've seen it like 10 times too. The one chick that gets killed in the parking garage, that was pretty brutal. And then there's a couple other scenes, but there's just something seems different about Scream 4. Like, they did weird things with it, and it just didn't seem like a true Scream movie, even though it definitely is. It just seemed a little off, but this looks really good, at least thus far. A couple things I noticed in the trailer. Well, the obvious thing that I noticed in the opening scene of the trailer, you see Jenna Ortega's character, and it appears that she gets stabbed, and then as she's backing up, there's another killer behind her. So, I mean, did they do this intentionally to throw us off? It seems very, very obvious that there's two killers. I have a thought. What if they go a different route in Scream 2022 and there's 3 killers? This cast list is a little bare. It doesn't seem like a lot of people have been listed in the movie yet, and there could be some surprises. But if there was 3 killers, that would be something different, and that would make the movie stand out. So that's one thing. They made it too obvious that there's 2 killers, so there'll be 3 in this one. It looks very obvious that from the trailer that Gale is very upset about something, meaning that Dewey probably dies, which I think probably will happen, but would they really want to make it that obvious? I think one of those big 3, unfortunately, does need to die to make the movie more memorable. Which one? I don't know. I mean, Dewey, to me, was an idiot in the first movie. He got better in the second movie, and it was really sad when he thought he died, which he should have died in part 2. That he got a lot of stab wounds in that one scene. The third movie, he was kind of the star because Neve Campbell was limited on how many days she could be on set. And then the fourth movie, he was okay. But I don't think he brings a lot to the series other than the fact that he's been on, all 4 movies thus far. Gale Weathers, well, it depends if she still wants to do Scream movies. Gale Weathers or Courtney Cox needs to start doing conventions so I can get her autograph added to my Scream 2 poster, which is signed by like 7 different cast members from that. That would be great. And there is a convention in March. Neve Campbell's already signed on, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, and is somebody else? Those 3. So hopefully, maybe Courtney Cox and David Arquette get added to that. That'd be awesome. Or just Courtney Cox, actually, because I already have David Arquette's autograph. But anyway, so Gale, she's a very popular character, and she probably will survive, but I think they made it too obvious that Dewey gets killed in this movie. So what if it is Gale? Or what if it is Sidney? I wouldn't like it, but I mean, a perfect time to kill Sidney would have been in the last Scream movie. It was a perfect opportunity. The way Jill handled everything and the craziness that happened after the killing, with her beating the shit out of herself and slamming herself through the table, That was awesome, and I would have accepted that. And I'm not going to be completely heartbroken if they kill Sydney. Because I mean, how many more different movies can Sydney be added in to make it work, like writing wise? Like at this point, Sydney should just move to another planet and hide in somewhere, you know. So that's my take on that. As far as who I think the killers will be or killer will be, I mean, again, the cast is very. I'm looking on IMDb and they don't have everything listed right here because I know. Spoiler alert for anybody that doesn't know this. Randy's sister that was in Scream 3 very briefly and one of the most ridiculous scenes in the franchise because she randomly comes out of her trailer when Sydney, Gale, Dewey, and I think Kincaid are walking by. Guys, you've got to check this out. Like, she just randomly knew that Sydney from Woodsboro was walking past her trailer. And then it's Randy's, rules of a trilogy thing. But Heather, I think her name is Heather Mazzaro or something, Heather M. something. From what I've heard from tweets that the cast has made, she's in the movie, and there are people in the cast list that have the last name Meeks hyphenated with something, which was Randy's name, which would be Martha Meeks' name as well. So I'm guessing she'll be killed off in the movie because the concept in this movie is that, and I don't know for sure if this is 100% accurate, so you can correct me on this. The trailer said that the killers are killing people from the killers of Scream 1, the events that happened in Scream 1. Are they killing the relatives? Are they killing all the people connected with Scream, or are they killing just the killers in Scream 1? That wasn't made clear to me, so that would make sense why all these random people are in the movie that they're kind of throwing in there with the last names. Now, there was a lot of there was a good amount of rumors that Vince's character, played by Kyle Gallagher, I believe, Kyle Gallner, would be Billy Loomis's lost long son, and that his mom was actually Deputy Judy, played by Marley Shelton. I don't know if that's the case. It seems like he's going to get off, but there was another scene in the movie where Dewey says people are getting injured and not killed. So is the killer just injuring people really bad? Like you see the killer break the one person's foot, which I think that was Jenna Ortega's character. But I don't know. It should be interesting. But my take on who the killer is, just based on what I see in the cast list, I mean, they could go the route of Jack Quaid's character, played by Richie, who is the boyfriend of Sam, the new main character for at least the next movie, assuming they do another movie. They've done the boyfriend route too many times, so I don't think that's going to be it. There's a lot of mystery behind Amber Freeman's character, who is the girlfriend of Tara Carpenter, who plays Jenna Ortega, the what we think is the opening victim or person that gets injured very badly. So I could see her just because like there's not much known about her yet. Like I don't know if she was in the trailer or not. She probably was though, and yeah, she was. I'm looking at her now. She was, but not. I'm trying to think of all these main people who the killer is going to be, and I'm just kind of trying to rule people out. Wes's character, who apparently is Judy Hicks's son, played by Dylan Minnette. He could be, although he's young, he's 17, and I don't think they'd make a younger kid like that the killer, so I think that rules him out. I don't think it'll be Deputy Judy, even though I don't like her character at all, and I hope she dies. So I'm really looking at Amber as one of the killers, and possibly Liv, although I don't really know a lot about her. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I do think there's going to be somebody that's not really featured on the cast list yet that's going to be the killer. Obviously, I would hope and pray it'd be awesome if they did bring back Stu. I mean, there was only a TV that fell on his head and he got electrocuted. I mean, stranger things have happened. Just ask Jason Voorhees how many times he's come back to life. So if Stu was somehow involved in this, which there apparently is a party at Stu's house. So I don't know if Sam is his related to Stu or something like that, or they have the Stu. Is it Mocker? I think his name was. I should know his name. I'm a Scream fanatic. I think it's Stu Mocker. Stu Mocker's house, but that's interesting. Very interesting. Is Randy in this movie at all? I mean, there's been speculation for years that is Randy really dead? Probably, but it would be awesome if Randy did come back. But the main person that I want to come back in this movie, I mean, Stu would be great, and I hope that happens, but they better fucking bring back Kirby. It was not clear that Kirby died. She was still moving in Scream 4. I want Kirby to come back. If it's very limited, that's fine. Maybe it's a scene towards the end where you see Kirby or something like that. But here's another take I have, and I'll get done with this video because I've been rambling. Let's say there's only one or two killers and everything gets resolved at the end, and Sidney's, you know, okay. If there's some kind of FBI agent that wants to talk to Sidney, and they're very insistent, like, Sidney, we want to talk, ask you some questions. And then he brings her in this office, and then he starts talking to her, and then he shows her a picture of Stu. And he's like, well, he's not dead. He's actually set for parole soon, or something like that. That way it sets up the next Scream movie. Maybe that's a little far-fetched, but I could see them bringing him back that way. Like setting up the next movie, like Stu's back, and then maybe showing him like a video feed of his cell or something like that, how he looks with his head all cut up or something like that. So that's my thoughts on the Scream 2022 trailer. It looks good. I'm hoping this movie is phenomenal. I don't want them to kill off one of the main cast members, the big three, but in all likelihood, it's time, I think. It's unheard of in a horror franchise for the same three people to survive. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but can they really survive 5 movies? I don't know. So I'm done with this video. Now it's your turn to interact with me. If you're a fan of the Scream series, please smash that like button. It helps out the channel. Obviously, you know that. If there's anybody that you know that is very interested in Scream stuff, because the more people that interact with me, the more content I'll do on Scream, please share the video with whatever means you want to share it with. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about your thoughts regarding Scream 2022. What are your theories? What are your thoughts? Who do you think the killer will be based on the little information that we have thus far? Who would reappear? Who's going to be the crazy reveal? Anything like that. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, please don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, as I want to grow the channel as much as I can. Join the team, show your damn support, and of course, be a part of something special. And JDev will return.